Animation is the word that's given to how objects on a slide fly in or fly out. Animation therefore is applied not to the slide itself but actually to objects. So I'm going to start with slide 1. In my slide pane I'll click on slide 1 and then I'm going to click on the placeholder around the title to select the title. To deal with animation I'm going to go to the Animations tab in the ribbon, and here are a number of animations here. If I click the More button, I'll see the entire collection of animations. There's some animations which are green. These green ones are entrance animations. That is how something enters. The yellow ones is how something actually behaves once it's entered, so it's emphasis animations. And the red ones are exit animations. How does that particular object exit the screen? And there are even more entrance effects in here. And as you actually hold on them or click on them, you'll get a preview. That's box, that's circle. These are basic ones. If I go down to moderate, there's float down, there's float up, and then there's supposedly exciting ones where you do, say, a spiral in or a pinwheel. So there's a variety of entrance animations. So I might just choose zoom and OK. Now, having chosen zoom, I'll go to Effect Options, and on the Effect Options I can choose Slide Center, or I can choose Object Center. Not too startling. If I was to choose something different, let's try Fly In, and I go to Effect Options, and for this particular effect I can say from the left, from the bottom, from the top. So I'll fly it in from the top. Over here though is the duration, and that is how quickly. I'm going to increase the duration to maybe 2 seconds. And then I want to see it play, so then I'll go preview to this far left. And you can see it slowed it down substantially. So when I rest on this option duration, that's how quickly or how slowly that particular effect takes, whereas delay is if I want a bit of a delay between that animation and another animation. Let's have a look. So I'm going to apply another animation, this time to the subtitle. I'll click the placeholder frame for the subtitle. I'll choose a particular entrance effect, so I might get it to float in, and it's coming in from the bottom or floating up, which is fine, and I'll slow it down a little bit. Now I can preview the animation by hitting the preview button, and there it is there. Now if I want to create a delay, I'll click the placeholder for the subtitle and I'll increase that to maybe 1 second and then preview again. See how there's a delay before the subtitle comes up. So you can speed it up or slow it down with duration. You can create a delay with the delay option. You can have an entrance animation, but you can add more animations. Let's, for example, click the Animation Pane button. The Animation Pane button appears on the right hand side. It's basically telling me there's 2 animations. One's on the title and one's on the subtitle. If I wanted for some bizarre reason the subtitle to come in first, I would use this Move Up button and I would play it from the beginning. It means that the subtitle comes in first and then the title comes in. If I click on the title and move that up and then play from that particular title, you can see now the title's coming in first and the subtitle's coming in second. So you can actually move things up and down using these options here. Let's add some more animation. Once I've actually got an entrance effect, I may want to click on the title and on the placeholder and add an emphasis effect. So I'll go into my animations and I might decide that I want it to spin. And so I've just added, well, I haven't added, look what's happened on my animation pane. What I've actually done is I've actually replaced the entrance animation with an emphasis animation because this is yellow. I'm going to go undo and get my entrance animation back. And what I want to do, instead of clicking up here, which replaces, I'm going to add an animation, which is to spin. So now I've got the entrance of the title, the entrance of the subtitle, and then the emphasis of the title. I want to make this 1 second, so I'm going to move it up. Notice also these numbers here correlate with these numbers in the animation pane. So now if I play it from slide 1, it'll enter, it'll do the emphasis, and then my subtitle will come up. At that point, I would then like it to maybe make the subtitle and the title disappear. So I'm going to add an animation. Now, oops, I need to click on the placeholder first, add animation, and then I might make it float out. I'll click on the placeholder around the subtitle, add animation, and I'll make this one wipe out. But I'll slow that down. There we go. And now I'll play it. Oops. Now it played it from slide 5, the 5th animation. Click on the first animation and play it from the first animation. So there's my entrance, there's my emphasis, there's my next entrance, there's my exit, and there's my exit. So have fun with animation. I'm going to click on slide 2. I'm going to click on the title, and I'm just going to get it to fly in from the left and slowly. I'm now going to click on my bullets placeholder. I'm going to get that to also fly in. I'm going to get it to fly in from the left as well. I'll slow it down a bit and I'll play it from slide 1 to have a look. Notice how the bullet and the sub-bullet are coming in together. I'd like them to come in separately. I'm going to go to number 2 here, and I'm going to hit the down triangle. When I hit the down triangle, I can go to Effect Options. When I go to Effect Options, I can go to Text Animation. I don't want the text grouped by the first level paragraph. I want it grouped by the second level. Now, even though we could indent earlier when we did bullets and numbers up to 9 levels, there are technically only 5 levels when it comes to animation. So there's 5 levels of bullets and numbering when it comes to animation. I'm going to go by the second level and OK. 1, 2. So now they come in separately. I'd also like to dim the points as they come in so that I actually direct the person's eyes to each point as I work with it. So I'm going to hit the drop down here and go back into Effect Options. I'd like to go to Enhancements, and here it says Don't Dim. Well, I do want to dim it, and I'll dim it to this light sort of tan, and OK. And you can see now it will dim after each animation. Now you might think that that's quite fast, but what you've got to realize is we're previewing. If you want to see how it's really going to look, then we have to be in slideshow view.